Hi family, it's SYNOLVE. How you guys doing? Sure hope you are doing well. Today I am going to provide an update on citizenship in Burkina Faso. There have been a few updates, at least one update that's been released, and so I wanted to share that with you guys, so stay tuned. Y'all come on in, come on, sit down, get your tea, get your drink, whatever you got to do, honey. And let's talk about it. If you're interested in becoming a Burkinabe and acquiring citizenship in Burkina Faso, there is a new update on how you can do just that. Hello, welcome. Y'all come on in. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the things, perform all of the rituals that you must perform. Join my email list so you can be constantly updated. Also, I'm going to start a WhatsApp group so you guys can be a part of that. I have a group on Facebook that you can join. I'll leave all the information linked below, as well as a link to the Burkina Faso official website, and I'll leave a link to the, if you're US, to the embassy here in the US to Burkina Faso. So I'll leave all that below. Now, whatever country you're in, you'll have to contact either your Burkina Faso consulate, embassy, or the embassy in your country, so that you can get more information. If they don't have a specific Burkina Faso embassy, you have to contact your embassy in the US, and in your country, so that you can get more information. So let's go ahead and hop to it without further ado. We're gonna hop right on into this. Now, I have my notes right here, so if you see me looking down, my notes, y'all, are on my iPad. So that's what that is. Okay, yeah, my notes are on my iPad, so let's hop on into it. Let's get started. So the Burkina Faso government released this new information on how to become a Burkina Faso citizen. It was released by Edasso Rodrigue Bayala, who is the Minister of Justice and Human Rights in Burkina Faso. And so he's also a lawyer, so he released this information. Now, it is in French. Luckily, I have some people around me who know French. So we're going to listen to the minister share the information from the Committee on Naturalization, and then I'll come back and I'll share what he said in English.
Eh bien, malgré la phase actuelle de turbulence de son histoire, le Burkina Faso reste visiblement un pays fréquentable, la preuve avec la naturalisation de 72 personnes de 16 nationalités différentes autorisées par le Conseil des ministres de ce jeudi. Notre pays reste toujours attrayant, a dit le ministre en charge de la Justice. On écoute Maître Edasso Bayala.
Le deuxième rapport était relatif à la naturalisation de 112 personnes qui ont fait la demande d'acquérir la nationalité burkinabé et qui sont de 16 nationalités différentes. Bien entendu, comme le prévoit la loi, le Code des personnels de la famille, il y a deux modalités qui se scindent en plusieurs autres modalités pour acquérir la nationalité burkinabé. Il y a bien entendu l'attribution comme nationalité d'origine. Lorsque vous êtes né, par exemple, d'un père ou d'une mère burkinabé et que la nationalité burkinabé vous est octroyée en tant que nationalité d'origine, mais il y a la possibilité aussi d'acquérir la nationalité burkinabé, dont, entre autres, par décision de l'autorité publique, bien entendu, que nous avions résumé sous le thème de la naturalisation, donc l'acquisition de la nationalité burkinabé par décision de l'autorité publique. Bien entendu, les conditions sont décrites au niveau de l'article 158 à 163 du Code des personnels de la famille, qui sont des conditions d'une durée de résidence au Burkina Faso, d'être d'une bonne moralité et bien entendu de ne pas faire l'objet de condamnation pénale, ce qui assure l'autorité publique, bien entendu, de ce que la personne qui demande la nationalité burkinabé est d'une bonne moralité et pourra contribuer au développement du Burkina Faso. Donc ce qu'il faut dire, c'est que notre pays reste toujours attrayant, parce que c'est, entre autres, la troisième fois en moins de 6 mois que nous venons avec des décrets de naturalisation de plusieurs personnes de nationalités différentes, ce qui prouve qu'aujourd'hui, le Burkina Faso est une des destinations, est une nationalité qui est convoitée.
All right, so here's the thing. Burkinabe citizenship can be acquired 2 ways, through birth or naturalization. When and I've covered this in other videos, which I'll leave link below. I do talk about naturalization in another video. I also talk about ADDI and their opportunity. So this is straight now, not from ADDI. This is straight from Burkina Faso and the Minister of Justice and Human Rights. He also covers citizenship as well within this. And so when he first started out, he started out talking about their protections that they are approving for and have approved and are putting into place for those families and children whose parents or a parent was either disabled or injured or unalived during battle or in protecting Burkina Faso. And so they're putting in these new protections for those citizens. And so he also gave a second report. So that was the first report, right, for these beneficiaries so that they could receive free health care and financial support, and also any psychosocial support that they might need. And so the council approved this and adopted this decree. So there are 158 minor children of the armed forces, and internal security forces, and of course other public service agents. And so I thought this was phenomenal. He wanted to make sure that the country itself and the committee were covering these children, and that they would get all of the help and the assistance that they need. Now, we've seen that he's done, President Traoré has done amazing things for widows. And so this just further goes into that, supporting this idea of supporting their own, especially those who serve. And this is very important because we've seen how other countries treat their veterans in the West, especially America. And so this is a diversion from that to greatness and superiority in how Burkina Faso is looking after their own. Okay, very important. That really touched my heart. Now, the important thing, what you guys came for, is citizenship. The second report really does focus on naturalization. They just naturalized 112 people who applied to acquire Burkina Faso nationality and who came from 16 different nationalities, okay? And so it provided by law through the Family Personnel Code. There are two methods that that branch can service and allow people to acquire Burkina Faso nationality. There's, of course, the attribution of nationality of origin, right? Like you're born to a father or mother who is Burkina Faso. There's also their Burkina Faso nationality that can be granted to you if your nationality of origin is not Burkina Faso, and perhaps you were born outside of Burkina Faso, and it's through naturalization. And so Burkina Faso nationality by decision of public authority, of course. The conditions are described in Articles 158 to 163 of the Family Personnel Code. It's very important to know this. Now, this includes these conditions, right? Such as a period of residence in Burkina Faso. Now, in this particular speech that he gave, he did not share how long this period of residency is, but that's normal to have a period of residence that you have to stay in the country, live in the country, sometimes 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years even, before you can become a national, a foreign national, or become a citizen within a country. And so he didn't specify the exact time, which is interesting and good, because maybe there's not a specific time, because they've just granted citizenship to quite a few people, to 112 people. And so it is by the acquisition of public authority, right? And so, in public decree. And so maybe the time will be shortened, or maybe it'll be longer. We don't know, but it is worth you checking into, and maybe once you find that out, you let us all know, okay? But that wasn't specified. Okay, so there is the Burkina Faso nationality by decision of public authority. Of course, as I said, these conditions are described in Articles 158 to 163 of the Family Personnel Code. Now, period of residence, that's the first thing. You also have to have moral good character, right? Be of good moral character. That is important. You cannot have any criminal convictions whatsoever. Now, this is just going to assure the public authority, of course, that the person applying for Burkina nationality is of good moral character and can contribute to the development of Burkina Faso. Now, in here, you have this this language of can contribute to the development of Burkina Faso. So they want you to be able to contribute. It does not say a financial sum. It does allude to this having good character and having this mental, spiritual, personal competency within and character within, right, focus to contribute good to Burkina Faso. And that's important no matter where you go, right? No matter what country you choose. He said, and I quote, "So what needs to be said is that our country remains attractive because this is, among other things, the third time in less than 6 months that we have come with nationalization decrees for several people of different nationalities. So this proves that today Burkina Faso is a destination of nationality." And so this is important. So this is, really important. This is the update. It's very simple. It's very simple. I'm scrolling through my notes. I want to make sure I got everything. It's very simple, and it's very, very cut, very dry, very not complex, and not taking you through a whole lot of hoops. Of course, there is the opportunity to go through ADDI. The fees are not stated. I'm going to leave the link so that you can look on the website so you can get your fees for your e-visas. And of course, you need your passport to travel there, all of that. But they're granting citizenship through naturalization. And to solidify that, they are sharing that they've just come through with providing citizenship in Burkina Faso for 112 people. So they are, President Traoré, of course, this amazing minister that he has selected, Edasso Rodrigue Bayala. He's a minister of justice and human rights. That they are people, they are men of their word. They are people, the Burkina Faso people are people of their word. And so, again, we're just going to recap this so that we are clear. They just provided naturalization to 112 people in Burkina Faso. And so they are granting naturalization and citizenship. And you can get citizenship 2 ways. One is through birth, of course, to a Burkina Faso parent, a mother or father who is a Burkina Faso citizen, and that's whether you were born, that child was born abroad or born in the West, or born in South America, or born anywhere in the world, even in another country on the continent of Africa. And so you have this opportunity, right? Now, when we were looking at this with ADDI, they did ask for your ancestry. And so I would go ahead and do that. I would go ahead. I hope you're staying tuned to this whole thing. I would go ahead and get my DNA through ancestry.com. I definitely would do that. I'm not an affiliate or anything at this time that I know of. If I am affiliate by the time the video goes out, I'll leave the link below, but I make no money from this. Okay. But that was one of the requirements with ADDI, that you get your citizenship. Of course, to travel there, you're going to need, I would think, a yellow fever, because to travel to Ghana, this is your West Africa region, normally they require a yellow fever. Now, I did see something I think mentioned with ADDI when they were doing it. But if you want to go straight through the government, right, there's a citizenship by birth, there's a citizenship by naturalization. And yes, Burkina Faso does allow dual citizenship. Now, you can lose your citizenship. Your citizenship can be lost voluntarily or involuntarily. And because you have to be of good character, right? So if a person, just like in any other country, commits a crime against the state, or, a crime, then you could lose your citizenship. And so that is important to know. You could lose, it's not given to you and granted to you forever. It is granted to you. And so it can be taken away, just like in any other country. If you don't follow the laws, you don't follow the rules. So you need to follow the rules. You need to follow the laws, just like anywhere else. You need a criminal background check from your police station, just like you would in any other country. So to prove that you are a upstanding citizen, you haven't committed any crimes. This is what they're requiring. It's very it seems to be like a very simple process. I really like this process, because sometimes processes can be weavy and, all around, but they are getting to the chase and going straight to it. And so exactly what it is you need in order to become a Burkina Faso citizen. All right. Well, I hope this is helpful. I hope you, are making your plans, getting your bags back, getting your passports ready, getting all of the citizenship identification that you need. Of course, you need a real ID in order to travel. Especially in the West, especially in America, you need a real ID. Getting your birth certificate, social security number, all of that information. Of course, your passport. I think I said that. Getting that information that you need, because this is a process. And then getting your police records, documentation, proving that you haven't committed any crimes, that you are an upstanding citizen, because they want you to be an upstanding citizen, and they want to be able to know that you are here to contribute good things to the country, positive things to the country, and that you are upstanding, you have a great moral, you are of good moral character, you don't have any criminal convictions. And this is just going to assure the public authority, of course, that the person who is applying, right, you and your family, when you're applying, you have good character and morals, you have excellent morals, and you are there to contribute, not to bring the Burkina Faso society or community, country down, but you are here, right? You are here in Burkina Faso to uplift and to do good things in the country. And do good things in the country, which I know all of you are. I just want to make sure I'm reading. Yeah. And so that it has everything, right? That you are there to do good things, and you're there to contribute in positive and amazing ways. Okay, so this is the update. I'm not going to prolong it. I love spending time with y'all, but I ain't going to prolong it anymore. Hopefully I was able not only to share the information, but also reiterate those things that the minister reiterated. And so I did, want to share this with you, and I was able to give you the information that you need. Again, I'm going to leave the links to Burkina Faso's website. All right. Again, this is SYNOLVE signing off. It's so good to talk to y'all. All right. Let's stay connected, guys. Let me know where you're going, where you're headed. If you're headed to Burkina Faso, or where in the world are you going? All right. I'd love to hear your story. And if you've already traveled to Burkina Faso, let me know. And if you know if ADDI is still going to Burkina Faso in June, let me know. I've heard through some grapevines that maybe they're not going. So I don't know. I'd be interested to know, and I'm not I ain't trying to put out, I mean, you know, I don't know. So and it's kind of shocking to me when I heard that person say that. So I'm like, it was a presenter. They were saying that they didn't think ADDI was still going. I don't know. I know there were several people who were going and they were excited to go. So I think that trip should still be on, but I'd love to know if you are on that trip, or if you've already gone on the trip, you're headed on that trip now. Let me know. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. I won't see y'all in another video real soon. All right. Bye, guys.